Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Mine could have been a little bit better, but let's try and get that set up and make it better. So today we are going to do the spring maintenance on the Toro Timecutter. I got her out running yesterday, inflated the tires, but I'm going to just do a general maintenance overall. That way she's done and ready for summertime mowing. So we'll get to changing the blades and sharpening those in a minute. First, I'm going to just flip the chair up. It locks right here. We got our battery nice and accessible. I've already had her running, but I'm going to do a quick charge while I'm doing the rest of the maintenance just to top her off. Negative to the negative, positive to the positive, unless you're doing a Jacques Clouseau, in which case it's all yours, buddy. So that's charging. I just have her on the 2 amp charge just to top the battery off a little bit. This also lets me test out the electrical in this little carport. Now in here, this is where our air filter is. It's not bad. I'm not going to bother changing it out for what usage I have for it this year. I definitely will change it out next year. If this was really corroded and crudded up, then I would definitely change it. But that's what the inspections are for. Over to the side, we've got the fuel pump and then the fuel filter, both of which are okay and good, so I'm not going to change them. I started taking this cover off and then the battery died in the GoPro, so we're going to finish doing that. And the bugs are out. I should have grabbed my bug repellent, but I didn't, so maybe next video. So this looks pretty nice and clean. I'm not going to worry about it too much. This, however, has quite a bit of debris in it. This is the air-cooled portion. So let me see if I can't clean her out a little bit. Does it look like that pops right off and that should come off? Alright, let me grab some more tools, actually. Nope, let me grab some more tools. Everybody recognizes this one. See if I can't. Nope, can't even get one on there. With my luck, it's probably metric. Ooh, there we go. 5/16, right on the first guess. There we go. Set you down so I can use 2 hands. So by cleaning all this out, this will just make the engine be able to cool itself a lot better, seeing as it's an air-cooled engine. I'll have to keep a better eye on that throughout the year. Alrighty, so that's all clean. That'll be nice. Engine will run better with that. Now on to the meat and potatoes. Let me grab my oil pan over here. Right here is your oil drain. Just pop it out like that, and I believe strainer. There we go. Took a minute. She's draining. I just took the dipstick out and set her there. Pardon me a second. I had to smush a couple of flies. There. Let's loop her in. See if she'll stay there and drain. So, due to the way the engine is set up, you do not want to tilt the engine at all. She's on a relatively flat surface right now. And I'm not going to make you sit here and watch the whole thing drain. That'd be mean. I'll bring you back as soon as she's done draining. Alrighty. We have been draining for a little bit here. We're petering out, so I'm going to go ahead and do the messy part. On this side of the engine right here is the oil filter. There we are. Dump what little is left over out. Now I'm going to double check that this, where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? Always keep track of where you put stuff. Matches the new one. Looks pretty close. I hope it is. I went straight to Toro for it. That looks about right. So we are using 10W30 in her. It's generic. That's what I use in most of my farm vehicles. Let's get you closer so I don't trip on you. down, tilt you to the proper angle. There you are. Freshly opened. Just want a little bit in the cap like that. So all we're gonna do is just lightly dunk our finger and go around the outer O-ring. And we're going to gently slide her back on. Now, hand tight, and you're not Hulk Hogan or The Rock, so don't overdo it. There we go. Did I forget it? I forgot it. Hold on, everybody, I'll be right back. Absolutely no time has passed for you, but I had to run and go get the funnel. Here we go. One trick that I always do is I pour a quick little glug in through and wait until I see that start to flush out. That tells me everything's been flushed clean. It wastes a little bit of oil, but for the amount that you flush out, I've always found it to be worth it. There she is. So, hose is back in place up there. We didn't drain all that much out, maybe a quart. So I'm only going to add a little bit and then check her, then add a little bit and check her. How to do this? Figure it out. There we go. Let her settle for a few minutes, and then we'll check her. Alright, we are clearly in the ad, so let's add another quart or so. Let that run down in for a minute. I do routinely check the oil every time I go to use her, just habit of using old farm equipment. Yep, we look good there, so I'm gonna let her set and settle for the remainder of the video, and then before we go and put her away one last time tonight, I'll double check in case she settles at all, especially after we've ridden her and run the engine some. Alrighty, cleaned up a little bit. I'm done charging because I'm going to be needing to tip this upside down. Right now what I'm going to do is I use this front brace as a lift for my jack stand, or for my jack, to lift it up to get to the cutter blades underneath so I can check them and sharpen them. Now, this is pretty light. I can lift it by hand if I wanted to, but safety first. Baby. There we go. She's just a little bit rusty, that's all. But safety first, we're going to set her down onto the jack stand. And then take pressure back up one more time. So, pressure is on here a little bit. Pressure is on here. If she drops it all, this will catch. I am going to come over here. Since I have absolutely no clue what size is in there, I'm going to bring the whole stack with me. I'm going to pull all 3 of the blades off, bring them in, sharpen them, and then put them all back on. This is the reason why I brought the box out. Because yes, laying on concrete is better than laying on dirt, but if you can prevent a little bit more coolness and a little bit more dirt from getting into you, then do it. Alright, so we have 3 blades. Each one can be put any direction without hitting the other ones. There is some overlap, but the blades themselves won't actually touch, so we don't have to worry about the blades hitting if we put them in properly. There are some mower decks that if you put the blades in improperly, they will collide and hit themselves or something else. Alrighty, so let's see what size those are. Let me find a good spot for you. What size we got? 11/16. Nope. Metric. Of course it's metric. What would you expect? Which way do those threads go? So final answer is it is American, it's 5/8, and of course it is going to be a huge pain to break free. New plan B. Alrighty. Let's take a look at these. This one's a little bent down, but not too bad. This one is definitely worse for wear. And this one, not too bad, but we'll clean them up and we'll stick them back on there. So I'm going to stick this in the vise and just lightly trim this. Looks like we got some stress cracks on it. But I'm not going to sharpen the bottom end at all. You typically don't. You want to leave the blades as they are so they pull the grass up properly. So let me sharpen these and then we'll be right back. Alrighty, so we didn't sharpen it to a razor's edge because of the way the blades actually work, but we did clean up that top edge on both sides, on all three of them. So this will easily last me a month or two into the season, and then I'll come clean it again and sharpen it. And it's just one of those things that you got to keep working. If you did put this to a razor's edge, you just have to sharpen it literally every time you mow it or every half time that you mowed. So let me throw these back on, get this back down, and we will call it a night. Well, working with you, I'll call it a night. I gotta edit all these and then upload them. So, when I watch this video again, right hand threads. What'd I do with it? There it is, still over there. Right hand threads, 5/8 head. Like I said, I didn't sharpen them to cataclysmically sharp, but if you want to, you can always wear gloves, and it's probably best if you do wear gloves while doing this. I'm just old school. Go. There we go. Alrighty, let's clean up. So step one, get the safety out of the way. Don't worry about the oil, that will be disposed of properly. I got a bunch of cleanup to do after this, so let me wrap everything up. What do I do with my rag? There she is. Yep, still good. So we're gonna run her a little bit, let her set. I'll check her first thing in the morning again. And that is the springtime maintenance of the Toro Timecutter. Hope you guys learned something or remembered something. I'm sure I'm gonna watch this video half dozen times throughout my life as I remember how to do this stuff once a year. Alrighty, have a good one.